from the News Channel 5 network. This is OpenLine.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to OpenLine. So glad you're with us tonight. We have a cool topic. We're talking about a law office on wheels, the new Tennessee Justice Bus. Now, we've done a story about it, but we can really kind of get into great detail tonight, and you can ask when it might be near you or just anything you want to ask. We're talking about free legal advice that comes through this Justice Bus and is very valuable. Happy to have with us people who can tell us all about it. Anne-Louise Wirthlin, she is with Tennessee State Courts, and Savannah Quintero, she is also with Tennessee State Courts, the pro bono coordinator. Thank you for being here. All right, so let me just ask, give us a sense. What is the Tennessee Justice Bus?
Sure. We covered it pretty accurately. It's just a law office on wheels. It's fully equipped with Wi-Fi. It has laptops and tablets and a printer. It has a TV, so we could show instructional videos on it. Again, with the internet access, if somebody needed to use an online form or access an online like child support database, things like that. They wanted to check the status of their driver's license. We can do all that right there. And then our goal is to always have an attorney with the bus when we go somewhere. So in addition to providing access to those online resources, you would have a chance to talk to a lawyer for free and get some advice about the things that are troubling you.
For free. That's great. And why is this so important? Savannah, why is this so important?
So there's a pretty big justice gap across the country, but this is part of what we're doing in Tennessee to kind of meet the myriad legal needs that Tennesseans have. So a lot of people don't know this, but you're not appointed a lawyer in civil cases. You get a lawyer if you're accused of a crime. But if you're being evicted, if you need an order of protection, you don't get a lawyer. So we're kind of here to help folks through some of those issues and provide legal advice for those folks.
You all are with the Tennessee State Courts. Mm-hmm. What does that mean exactly? What is the Tennessee State Courts?
Sure. So our office, the full name is the Tennessee Supreme Court Administrative Office of the Courts, and we oversee the state court judges and then the appellate and the Supreme Court judges. They are all in the system that we provide administrative services for. And we staff the Access to Justice program, which is the Supreme Court's #1 initiative, again, to provide civil legal help to people who can't afford a lawyer because they don't have right to a lawyer like you would if you were charged with crime.
And how big of a problem is that? People don't have access to legal help. I mean, how big a problem is it?
Sure. I'll start, but it's huge. The last study that was conducted is a little dated. It's 2014, but it showed that 1.1 million Tennesseans qualify for civil legal aid and had indicated that they had a civil legal problem. If you were to count up all the attorneys that work for a traditional legal aid provider in the state, you've got between 80 and 90 attorneys. So you're trying to talk about that many attorneys handling over 1 million people. So that's why Access to Justice in pro bono, which is attorneys giving their time for free, are so important to help meet that need.
And that's what pro bono means. I mean, so how huge is the need, and what do we need to do about it?
So pro bono is when a volunteer attorney takes a case for free. We've got attorneys like Anne-Louise mentioned that are paid to help in these situations for free for folks that can't afford a lawyer. But pro bono attorneys are folks who have day jobs and then volunteer their time on top of that to kind of help meet this need. And those people are invaluable. And I think we need a lot, all hands on deck to meet the need. I mean, 1.1 million people. That's a lot of folks that need some help out there.
So how will this help? I mean, it's great, but I almost worry it's just a drop in the bucket, And so is it so overwhelming when you hear that need, and here we have a bus? How, and that's important, but how can this really help?
We're going where people are. So particularly in parts of the state where you can't take a bus to a law office or, walk down the street and find a lawyer, this is going to be really important in meeting people where they're at and making sure that these legal services are more accessible. There are parts of our state that don't have good Wi-Fi, and if we can, just bringing the Wi-Fi alone with us, I think is invaluable. But to bring a lawyer and legal advice with us, as well, I think it's going to go a long way.
Yeah.
It is overwhelming, but you can't let that stop you. You know, every little thing that you can do to try and help more people, especially people in our rural parts of the state and underserved communities, then you just got to do it.
The things that you could realistically do, what are they? So you said you might go to a state fair or a county fair. I guess a county fair, right?
Yeah.
In a faraway county. Okay. You might go to a county fair. Well, let's say people see the Justice bus and they come up to it at a county fair. What can you realistically do for that person?
So I think something that's important is that we'll listen. The folks can have a place to sit down with a lawyer and have their undivided attention, and be able to tell their story and have a lawyer respond to that story. And lawyers are problem solvers. So we go into triage mode and we say, you know, here's what I'm hearing. And either we can provide resources that are nearby through our local legal aid partners, pro bono partners, or we can give folks next steps. You know, what do I need to do in order to solve my child support problem? Who do I need to call? Is this a legal problem? Is this something I should go to court for? So we can give a lot of information and a lot of advice to kind of get people to the next step.
That's great. That's great. All right, I'm being told we have to take a break. All right, we have to take a break, and then we're going to come back. We'll continue our discussion. If you want to call in, there's a number, 615-737-PLUS, 615-737-7587. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.